One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey, I got my main man, G Garza. What's up, my man? How are you?
What's up, Matty P? How you doing today, man? Good to see your smiling, beautiful face today, man.
Oh, man, I'm living the dream. Life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. And speaking of life being beautiful, we have Coach Houston Moore from UTRGV. Welcome to the show, Coach Houston. How are you?
Golf coach, man. Coach for the golf program there. And I have so many questions about golf.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Coach Houston, please help us.
Coach, you cannot fix G's swing right now. I'm telling you. You cannot do it.
I know you can't. How you doing, Coach?
I love working miracles. No, kidding. Thanks, guys, for having me on. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah. Man, absolutely, Coach. I mean, we've had Coach Matlock. We've had Coach Lord.
Coach Bush.
Coach Bush. We've had Coach Betsy. And I told Matt, I said, Matt, we got to get the golf coach on, man. That's we have so many things to share, so many things that, and Coach Houston, I follow you on social media. So you're always active on there, posting about things that you all are doing and whatnot. But let's start, man, before we get into UTRGV, let's start. We want the people to know who Coach Houston is, man. What's your history? Where did you come from? How did you get into golf? Were you a golf player? All that great stuff, man. So start back when you were a kid, your athletics and what got you into loving the sport.
Absolutely. Well, I realized I wasn't talented enough to play anything else, so I started finding something I was decent at. And my buddy, I'm kind of from out in the country, just south of Fort Worth, Burleson, Texas.
Shout out to Burleson.
Yeah,
shout out Burleson, baby. Yeah,
rural area. But my buddy had some old McGregor VIP irons in his shed, and we were hitting rocks in the pasture. And one thing led into another. We decided to try out for the high school golf team. We were in 8th grade going into freshman year, and we tried out. We worked our tails off and went from there. So played 4 years of high school golf at Burleson High School. Wasn't the best high school player, but I definitely progressed from year to year. And from there, I went and played at Ranger Junior College, small school out in West Texas.
Yeah,
absolutely. You drive, if you blink, you drive right past it. I get it.
You just know that Ranger Hill, right? That's what everybody knows.
I coached at Clarendon for a while, so I know exactly how you felt.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't coach golf though, Coach.
Coach golf. No.
But you coached over there.
So you were. I was a basketball coach at Clarendon. But you played at Ranger though, right?
I did.
Wow, man. So the player experience was probably a little different, huh?
Yeah, the coach experience was crazy too, but I'll get to that in a second. I was at Ranger, and then I went over to Laterno University, small Christian school in Texas. Fell up with the campus and the facilities they had for us, and they have a great relationship with John Solheim from Ping, the president of Ping. He graduated from there in the engineering department, so takes really good care of the men's and women's golf program. So went there, graduated from there, had a lot of success as a player there, and then boom, I was out of college and didn't really know what to do. So I just applied for anything and everything and landed a tech job and absolutely hated it.
Okay.
Was kind of in limbo for 3 or 4 months, and Ranger Junior College's job opened up.
Here we go.
I had
back did you go, baby?
0 experience of coaching at that point. Just fresh out of playing, basically. And I applied, knew someone that worked in academic success over there, and they kind of helped me out a little bit. I got an interview, was told no, got an interview again, was told I don't know. And then like 2 months later, I think everyone else said no. And they're like, all right, we're going to hire this guy that's 23 years old, and we're going to give him the head men's and women's coaching job here at Ranger.
Wow.
And that's how it started. So we were fairly bad the first year. And the second year, we ended up finishing 6th at the national championship. And I kind of left right after that. I took a Division II job at Cameron University in Lawton,
Oklahoma.
That was a great opportunity, and kind of a similar deal again. I took the opportunity there, and I think we were 140th in the country when I took the job, and they had just graduated their 2 best players, so they were worse than the 40th team coming up. They were going to be really bad, and we found some guys, some JUCO guys that were still looking, and brought in a freshman that I was going to bring to Ranger, and he kind of flipped that to a top 50 program after year 2.
You might be able to fix your swing after all.
Yeah, man, miracles happen, like you said.
This guy does make miracles. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. Continue.
And then got lucky and got a call from Jonathan Dismuke at University of Houston, and had the opportunity to take the assistant position there. So I went to Houston in a span of 4 years, and with 0 coaching experience. So got super lucky, but super grateful. And while we were at Houston, we had a solid year, but we had 2 players that we thought were going to be some of our best players end up not coming or not being eligible to play. So at the beginning, it was tough. Finally, we found our best 5 guys and ended up finishing 2nd in the conference championship and making it to regionals. And I think after round 2 at regionals, I got a call from UTRGV, and I hadn't applied or anything. So it kind of caught me off guard with, like, who's this 956 number? I don't know anybody.
Had you ever been to the Valley before? Like,
no.
I mean, in your travels, like recruiting, you've never been down to the Valley at all.
Furthest south I'd been was Laredo, and Laredo and the RGV are different
totally different. Yeah,
totally
absolutely.
Different.
They usually pronounce your last name Moray versus Moore.
In
right?
Laredo?
In Laredo?
No.
Wouldn't they roll the
Laredo?
R? Is that how that goes?
It's Morre. It's Morre in Laredo. Come on, man. Nothing against my Laredo peeps. Nothing against my Laredo peeps, man. Shout out to the fake 956. We're the real 956. But anyway, sorry.
So Chase calls you. You get the 956 call, the area code on your phone. Continue. This is really great stuff.
Intriguing.
It was a former administrator that's not at UTRGV anymore at that time, but Vince called.
Okay,
and,
Vince.
Had a good call with Vince, and I look at my boss at Houston. We're there, and I'm like, UTRGV just called me. Like, what do you think about that? He goes, hey, like, doesn't matter who it is, but at this point, you still need Division I like interview experience, like as a head coach. So you should go down there and check it out and see what they have to offer and see their pitch. I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. And he's like, we can parlay that into something else potentially, but go down there and check it out. Let me know. So that happens. We get back from regionals. I think it's like a week or 2 later. I come down here. I meet with everyone, met with a lot of coaches, and I'm like, holy shit. Something's brewing. I got the full pitch, and I was impressed. I was like, this is unreal. I mean, I'd never been down to the Valley before, so I was kind of taken back by that. I thought it was going to be very similar geographically, kind of to Laredo, and it's not. It's completely different place. Wouldn't think it was here. And I really appreciated how everyone took time to meet with me that day, and the administration, and how passionate they felt about every sport. Felt like, at the mid-major level, sometimes some of the Olympic sports get left out to dry, but I felt like this administration really put a value on everyone being successful and giving every team the tools to be successful. So obviously I saw the plans of what they were building over here, and we have a great day and a half, and I'm in the airport, and I call my boss. I was like, hey, I don't know what it's going to look like, but whatever they send me, I think I'm going to have to take it. Like I really like it here. It's but he's like, okay, let me know anything you need. So fly back to Houston, and I think that we met on a Thursday, and I think on a Monday I got a call from Chase, and it was everything I wanted. So
you're packing and
we're happy to say yes.
Yeah, you're packing and you're in the valley by that Friday again, right? So yeah.
So what year, Coach? What year was that you first started?
Yeah, so this is going into my third season, so I guess that's 22.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah. 2022.
Awesome, Coach.
Spring
I
of
love to hear
20.
stories like this. Like,
yeah.
You know how you were in that Ranger Junior College and you were trying to find those gems, right? The ones that were that could help the program, but were kind of overlooked or whatever, and you had success, right? I love to hear stories where they find a gem in you.
Yeah. While you're looking for other gems,
where you're looking for other, they identify you as the gem. They're like, hey, this guy can help our program. And they went full force to get you. And now the university is blessed to have you, right? And so I love to hear stories like that because you're definitely, a success story. So
well, I appreciate that. Well, the guys my second year at Ranger played unbelievably. We broke like every record they had that year, but it was a great experience. But while I was there, I was really lucky. My athletic director was Billy Clyde Gillespie.
Coach G, other Coach G.
Coach G was my AD, and I learned really fast because if I didn't, I was going to get an earful. So at the time I was like, okay, go easy, Coach. But now I'm very appreciative, and I grew up really quick. I got into this when I was 23 years old, and it completely different person from who I was then, and it all started there, right? As a player, the coach. So just appreciative that it's come this far already.
Was Coach Gillespie the basketball coach and athletic director, or had he already moved?
He did both.
Yeah, he did both. Yeah,
he did both.
He had some players, man. He had some players, man.
They were good.
He got some players. Oh my goodness.
That's what he knows how to do, man. He is a legend. When you have somebody on campus, we always wanted to bump into him because he would find some similarity that he had with their hometown, and he was good on the spot.
Yeah.
He was good on the spot.
That's awesome, man. Well, so you made it to UTRGV, man. We're thankful. We're blessed to have you. Matt and I are just happy to be a part of everything, but we want to kind of go into a little bit about the golf game, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if Matt will allow me to go into the golf game, which will not only help everybody that's watching the podcast, but it'll also help me a little bit, Coach.
Well, gee, we only have 15 minutes left. So
I know I'm gonna need at least 3 more hours.
You can screen share a swing video or something. We can
like that. Let me tell you what happened to me the other day, real quick. Where I'm getting up in the morning and man, I get up and I'm like, this Payne Stewart video comes on my social media. So one of the first things, I hate to admit, I pick up my phone and I look at social media just to kind of get my eyes going around before I get up. So Payne Stewart comes on and he's like, all right, he's giving like a little tutorial on the swing, right? I'm like, okay. So I literally get out of bed. I try his tutorial, right? Just the swing motion, and I pull something in my left shoulder and my
right underneath the shoulder blade.
Right underneath the shoulder. Yes, absolutely, Coach. I'm not the only one.
And he calls me with the other hand. He's like, dude, you're not gonna believe what I
yeah. So I literally. So anyway, to go into that, to piggyback off that story. When you look at golf, I've seen this because we have a really good friend, one of our best friends that's a trainer, right? With with basketball in the NBA and whatnot. We've seen this happen. The training, the conditioning, it's those regimens that were never really like when we thought about golf back in the past.
Yeah,
we never
they weren't really instituted back then.
We never thought of athletes. We just thought of, they're golfers. But now these golfers are becoming athletes, right?
Mhm.
And or vice versa. There's athletes becoming golfers. What kind of, you put emphasis, do you put on that training and the weight room, the strength and conditioning part of golf? How important is that to you, in that aspect?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's such an instrumental part of the game now of being able to hit it far, right?
Yeah.
It makes the game way easier, but hitting it far and straight is important. So it's a combination of power and speed and power and stability. And it starts in the weight room. Lucas does our guys, and he does an amazing job. And they're in there that they'll do some strength specific stuff, some explosive specific stuff, some stretching, nice dynamic warm up to begin. And all the guys are bought into it. They know that they need that to succeed. And most of the guys work out alone on their own on the side as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And from a stretching standpoint, we give them the stuff out here at the building. And
I want to get into the building in a second.
You need to come on. You need to come on.
Yeah. I want to bring up the building because they just built this facility, multi-million-dollar facility there on Champions. What is it? Champions Lake or Champion?
Yeah.
But y'all have got the facility there at the course, and that's kind of like y'all's headquarters, right? That's
and what do they have? Yeah. What do they
talk
have
to us about
available?
the facility.
Yeah. My office is out here now, right? So I'm in my office as we do this. So the building is U-shaped. So on the left side of the U is one head coach and one assistant office and a men's locker room. In that locker room, it has sinks, bathroom, shower, club storage, full locker room. And then you walk through the middle of the U. To your left is a hitting bay, 2 bay doors that open up garage door style. And then you've got a putt view green, which is we're one of 2 schools in the state of Texas that have that. SMU and Texas are the other 2. There's a projector from the screen, and this area in the bay is sloped like a green, going from 5% to 0% slope. And this projector shoots that down onto the green, and these guys can stand over it, and it tracks their ball, what their ball does, and individually shows them how they putt on left to righters, how they putt on right to lefters, how's their speed control on 10 feet, how's their speed control on 11 feet. So that's in the middle. And then that's on the left side of the center of the U. On the right side of the center of the U is a study room. So we have a computer, 2 computers and 2 printers in there for the guys. This is 9.5 miles from campus, I believe. So there's a few traffic lights between here and there. So sometimes it can take a little bit, but these guys have an opportunity to come out here, even if they have an online class, do schoolwork, shower, then go to class, or vice versa, come out here, change, hit some golf balls, do a little homework, practice a little more. So this is their clubhouse.
Amazing, man.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And then the other side of the U is the same thing for the women's team. So a great shared facility, and we utilize it, man. It's
I
y'all have
can't wait to
check
see
it
it.
out.
I cannot wait to see it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, man, I want to go by and use that bank.
Come
I
on.
mean,
don't.
No, I don't know if I want
No,
to
you
really.
don't.
I don't want to
Go
break
by.
it.
Go by.
I don't
go
wanna
by
break
and check it
anything.
out, but and if you are going to use the Beiji, wait till I'm there so I can record it so we can put it on social media. Right.
So coach, we went out, Matt and I went out when we were in college. We were trying to learn golf because we were basketball players. Obviously we never even touched, I never touched a golf club until college. And one of the lady golfers that was on our show, by the way, Gloria Arizmendi, she was one of the pioneers for the women's team. She took us out there, and I hit the only tree while behind us.
It was a par 3
with the golf ball.
It was a par 3 course in Far, which is no longer there anymore.
Thank God.
It's like right there by the exchange, where so it was right there. The little tree is about that big around, the whole tree. It was behind us. He hits the ball goes backwards and
in
hits
reverse.
that tree. And that's the only tree on the entire course.
And I don't think there were any phones to record that back then, but so there's no proof Coach.
This
just
was
me
like
telling
before
a great,
AOL dial-up. Like it was, it was
just a
it was
great
a long
story.
time ago. People were still using VCRs back then, right? And
I
so
think a hole in one is less impressive at that point to be able to. How many people can say, "Yeah, I hit a ball behind me aimed at this tree that was the
yeah,
size of a quarter."
exactly.
And the
Yeah.
great thing is, I wasn't even aiming for the tree.
He just
You
wanted
know,
to take
how
his
do you do
shirt
it?
off and walk around 9 holes. Like that's
I
it.
was so mad after that. I just took my shirt off. Like, I hope they don't kick me off this course.
No,
But
your shirt was already off, man. Don't tell that story.
probably.
No.
So, Coach, when we our experiences with golf are very different, right, than those that grew up in the golf game. I mean, our experience is probably, we get from watching the PGA on, on TV, or watching Happy Gilmore, stuff like that, right? And this is something that I thought about, is like, do you all use caddies for your
No.
players?
So while we're at tournaments, it's me and our assistant Joe Kirk, who used to play for me actually at the Division II school that we just hired him on the summer. So me and him will be out there. Depending on the tournament, there'll be 5 or 6 guys, depending on if we have an individual or not.
Yeah.
And typically, someone will walk with one particular player in caddy essence, right? And then I'll check live scoring or something like that, and I'll be on holes that are playing really difficult that day, or R5s with difficult layups, stuff like that, to where I can see everybody.
Yeah.
Make sure we're putting the ball in the right position.
Strategically kind of place the staff in areas that could definitely. Now, with the larger schools, just curious, because I mean, UTRGV is growing and we know that, right? But with the larger programs that have a little bit, obviously, or a lot more money, you guys only have 2 coaches, right? And it's for both men and women, right? Y'all, the women share, like, you coach both?
I coach only the men. Coach
okay.
coaches on the women's side. Joe is actually a shared assistant, though. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
the question I was getting to is, like, how large are the staffs, like at a program like Kentucky or a North Carolina or a UT or something like that? Do they have more assistants, or how does that work?
So right now, I believe, let's just say the UT staff, it has John Fields, his assistant, and then they just let teams start bringing on like a second assistant. That's the newest piece to the puzzle.
Okay.
In NCAA Division I.
Get you some interns. Get you some
it's
interns. Like,
it's few and far between, though. It's really the top 1 tier big P4 programs. There's not even all the P4 programs have that, but those type of programs do.
Coach, let me suggest something. All right, if there's ever a caddy scholarship available, I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Get my doctorate. Help out Coach Houston. Coach Houston, what is your what's your best? Is there something you want to brag about this past years that you've been there? Something to let the people know.
Brag about your time at the school.
You've been at UTRGV. What's been your highlights, man? What your best memories? Things that you want people to know. Yeah.
I'll toot our horn a little bit. The guys bust their butts in the community, man. This year we finished 4th in the nation on the helper stuff that we go by as a university. So we finished 4th in the nation in community service.
I love that.
And then I believe we had the program. In the spring, we had the 2nd best program GPA or 3rd best program GPA. For the 2023-24 academic award at the school, our program had that. I think our GPA was north of 3.7 for 2 semesters. On things that we can control, we try to do the best we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Year 1 was, as athletically, competition wise, was tough, but we snuck out a win at our home event, which was nice. And then last year we had a major jump. We had a Valley boy come in, Esteban Gonzalez, who made a big impact and played for us consistently, and a couple other freshmen that made a big impact as well. And we went from, I think, 240 something in the country to 160.
I love that.
It's a big jump, man.
Major jump there, and we ended up. I don't know if y'all saw the video, it was going around for a little bit, but we're at the conference championship and started pretty far back after round one and slowly worked our way up each day. We just climbed and climbed and climbed the leaderboard. So by the final round, I think we were 3 or 4 back of the first place team, maybe 5. I'm not exactly sure on that, but we were the second to last wave off. So we play with Cal Baptist, and we're having a great morning. We come in, we check the live scoring. We are tied for the lead at the conference championship. And they have the leaders have 3 holes to play. So they come in. Second to last guy for GCU comes in. So they have one final guy left on the golf course. They're 1 stroke up on us. And that's it. What 1 stroke? He hits it to 40 feet, then hits it 12 feet past the hole. So he makes the 12-footer. We go and they win conference, or he misses the 12-footer and we go into a playoff.
Okay.
Ooh, boy.
He made it, unfortunately.
No.
They went insane. So we got runner-up at
conference. That's a big putt, though.
Yeah, major putt. Hell of a player. He's a hell of a player. But yeah, that's
think about it. Think about what you just said. Like I'm listening to the story. Like you just said, you had a rough first year. And in the second year, you come in second, almost have an opportunity to win the conference championship and a playoff. Like it's safe to say you've gone a long way. You've come a long way from hitting rocks in a barn in Burleson
out in the
and
pasture,
now you're hitting
man.
real golf balls. So I mean, imagine what you would have done if you would have hit real golf balls back in the the barn.
I probably wouldn't golf now. Who knows? I fell in love with it late. You see a lot of kids that burn out quick, but I'm here, still new to it.
So man, I got one question. Okay. And then, we can, I know G's probably got some questions too, but when you came down for your visit, right? Your interview, where did they take you to eat? And did that play into anything? I mean, I've been on the campus. I've seen it. We've seen the facilities. We've heard Chase talk. I'm a believer in Chase. So is G, but did the food come into play to help you when you called your boss at Houston? Like, hey, if they offer it to me, they just took me to Costa Mesa and I might have to say yes. Like, did that come into play at all?
Salame was damn good. Salame was damn good.
There you go.
Tacos. I sat there with Chase and his wife Lisa, and we had a great conversation. But those tacos were damn good. It had the tiniest piece of influence in my decision, but it's not even open anymore. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you get down here and they close the restaurant. And you're like, throw your hands up. Like, I guess I'll just come in second in the conference. So
what's your go-to right now?
My go-to right now, I typically, anytime I have a recruit in town, I take him to 2 places. I take him to Palenque Grill. It's right there. It's right between the facility and McAllen Country Club. So it's right over here.
Yep.
I love Palenque Grill. And then I try to sneak in a place that they wouldn't think would be down here, and Smokin' Moon Barbecue. And they're always surprised. They're like,
I love it, huh?
It's amazing. But those are the 2 staples. Anytime I have a kid down here, I really like those.
Well, next time I come into town, you could treat us to Smoking Moon Barbecue, because we haven't had that yet. G, have we?
We'll treat Coach. You don't treat us. You just take us, Coach. We'll treat you.
You just take us.
You tell me when.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. Sweet. Yeah. Well, Coach, I can't thank you enough again. We talked before we got on air, but what you're doing with the program is astounding. It's amazing. And we're so thankful that we got to connect with you and kind of shine a light on the golf program. Because typically you're right. With football coming in, football is kind of getting the spotlight. Basketball has always kind of been a staple, but what you're doing with the golf program is pretty cool. And we wanted to make sure that, you get the light, because we're excited what you're bringing to the table in the next couple of years.
I appreciate that, man. And I think it starts at the top here. President Bailey does an amazing job, and it goes to
Shout out
Chase.
to Dr. Bailey. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. Bailey.
Does he play
shout out
golf?
to Chase and my sport admin Molly. They do an amazing job and allow me to
Yeah.
do the best I can do. And give
Now,
me
does Dr. Bailey and Chase play golf?
I've not heard a single story of them playing.
I'll find out.
They're
We'll
busy.
find out.
I don't
find
have
out,
time
Coach.
to spend 4 hours on the
Yeah, but let me ask you
find
this
out.
question: if you're playing with Dr. Bailey and Chase, do you play like corporate golf and just kind of let them win, or
Yeah,
do you
you
like
gotta let 'em
smack
win.
them?
Gotta let him win.
I think I have to smack him, or else it would take validity away from my position.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Like,
That's a good point.
If I'm meeting the golf coach, he needs to.
Hey, just give him 1 or 2 holes, man. You know,
Yeah.
this is give
Give them a couple of
Kick it
skins
out of the
here.
woods, drive up ahead of him, take it out of the woods to the center of the fairway. Great drive, Doc.
That's awesome, man.
Oh,
So,
Coach.
I got my last question. Last question. I know, and I've always been curious about college programs, and especially your program right now. If I want to go watch your kids play, are these tournaments or these wherever y'all go? Is it open? Like, can I take like my son that's interested in golf and learning and watching? Can we go watch your team play?
Yeah. So golf is different, right? Like our home events are few and far between, but in the fall we're not here at all. In the spring we host in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, at a Barrostar Resort.
We're there.
That's our
Get
home
us a
event
ticket,
in the
Coach.
spring.
Yeah,
And then we host at McAllen Country Club for the first time in the Valley ever at McAllen Country Club, but the first time in the Valley at probably almost 10 years. The men will host a 18 bracket match play tournament, McAllen Country Club, March 10 and 11. And
Dude, we're there.
there.
Wow.
Please come out.
So let me ask you this: when we go, is it like a PGA event or is it like a live tournament event where we can drink and get loud? Like,
oh gosh,
what are we doing?
Drink a bunch of water and soda. Be my guest.
Okay,
there you go. Waters and sodas, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You're gonna have to get lit before. And
no,
after,
but
okay?
what we'll do is we'll stand on the holes you need us to stand on, Coach, and then we'll tell the golfers, "Hey, hit it towards the pin." Like that's what we'll do. So.
That's
And
exactly
if you need volunteer caddies, we're here, Coach.
oh my God.
We're here.
You don't want him, Coach. You don't want him. You don't want him. So.
But
Coach,
we appreciate everything, guys. March 10th, March 11th, man.
Yep,
We got to go
McAllen
out
Country
and
Club.
support. Yeah, we got to support our local, our community, and support the golf tournament out there. The golf kids out there playing.
Of
man.
course,
that's awesome. And
we
Coach
appreciate
Houston,
you for being a fan of the show, and I see you like a lot of the stuff that we put out, and it means a lot to us. And however we can help support you, we're excited.
Perfect, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. What a time.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach Houston, man.
Yeah. Till next week, guys. V's up. See you soon.
We appreciate you. V's up.
Like we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. Like something happened